to our live cast recap. Day 2, Meredith.
Wow.
Super huge.
Huge.
What'd you see? What'd you do?
Massively huge. Well, big story of the day. I finally got a 1-hour break and got down on the floor and got my little hands on Tearaway.
Was it everything you dreamed?
It was everything I hoped for and more. Okay, my favorite part, it's so charming that in the very beginning you have to pick if you're a little person or a big person. And right now in the demo, if you click little person, it says, too young for E3. And it doesn't let you continue playing.
I like that.
What about you?
I like it. I loved seeing Thief.
Yeah.
Man, that looks so good. And I loved, he just answered a lot of questions that kind of quelled some of my concerns about the franchise going forward, because I know a lot of people have been worried. And the other thing, Killzone.
Wow.
Killzone looked beautiful.
Fantastic.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
my God.
I also got to sit down with like 2 really different racing games. You know, and everyone thinks, oh, you just get behind the wheel and just drive a car. But Drive Club, with the way that they've integrated teams and actual clubs and really kind of took the sport in a different way. And then Need for Speed Rivals is a totally different driving game with the speed points and all the cops and the racers. I don't know. I was really kind of blown away. I'm not the biggest racing fan, but like those 2 games, I was like, wow, totally different kind of racing game. I loved it.
You also had a really good moment with Lorne Lanning from Oddworld, and just I teared up.
It was really great. You know, when he was talking about, you know, I never got to play Oddworld. I didn't play the original, and I said, you know, what would you say to someone that never played the original of why they should play? And instead, he turned it around on me and said, don't ask me, ask the fans. You guys are the experts. Go on the internet, find out what you guys have to say about the game, because you're the ones that have kept this franchise going all this time. And it did. It was like, oh.
Yeah, man. Abe and Munch for life. For life. For those of you who didn't stick with us for the whole 8 hours, number 1, get a more permissive boss at your job.
Yes.
Because really, he's a slave driver. And number 2, here's a look back at all of the highlights from day 2.
Southern, another member of our amazing live cast team here at the PlayStation Exhibit Hall. Taryn, how's it going?
I was truly wandering around everywhere. We went around, we asked the hardcore gamers all about the best way to navigate this year's expo with all of their own strategy guides. So check it out.
Always be vigilant and on the lookout for gaming stations that are either unoccupied or maybe only have a couple people there.
This is my 63, so it's not my first rodeo.
6th, you are a veteran.
I'm not sure, actually. The PS4 is looking pretty cool, though.
All right, guys, joining me right now is Phil Rosenberg, who is the Senior Vice President of Publisher Relations and Business Development. Phil,
hi, Meredith.
With us.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
How cool is this?
I know, the booth is amazing this year.
I know.
I love it. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about the indie games. I mean, Sony announced 9 indie games at the press conference.
There are the most incredibly talented teams out there working on games, and having PlayStation be open and allowing these people to publish their games just gives our users so much more access. Walking around the booth here and seeing the engagement and the live demos up on the stage, I've never seen an E3 like this, and I'll tell you, I've been to every single one of them.
Wow.
So this is
quite
really
the veteran,
a blast.
Yeah. All right, well, Phil, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Today.
Great to
really
see you.
Awesome.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here with Jared from Zombie Studios, creators of Blacklight Retribution. This is a free-to-play shooter that has been out on the PC for a little while, and you're bringing it to the PS4. Is it still going to be free-to-play?
Yes, still downloadable, like download only, free-to-play. It's going to be awesome.
For a competitive shooter, there's a real team focus, but you guys go a little bit deeper than that.
The truly competitive games are 4v4, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, is making the experience very, very tight and very, very focused for that. We'll still have our large maps that can have a bunch of people playing, but we really want to make a very strong competitive game that a lot of guys can get in and get your 3 buddies and really compete.
Let's talk about customization in Blacklight, because this is huge.
Yeah.
The weapon customization here is insane. Like, tell me about this.
So every gun is completely customizable, as well as the main customizable characters. I mean, literally millions of different combinations of your weapon plus your character.
Dude, thank you so much for showing this off. It looks amazing.
So we're huge fans of Wolfenstein 3D. A lot of us played the game when we were kids, and we were just blown away by playing this, the first real shooter. So we love the character, so we wanted to bring him back. So the story is very important. We call ourselves a first-person, a story-driven, first-person action adventure. So you have the action part, which is, the intense, immersive action. Then we have the adventure section of the game as well, which will take you around the world, interact and cooperate with characters and explore all these different exotic locations, and having the player explore that together with BJ and the rest of the cast of the game, that's really exciting.
Hey guys, we are back with Jonathan from the Watch Dogs team.
A citywide manhunt is underway for the suspected vigilante Aiden Pierce.
Every demo that you show seems to highlight almost a completely different skill set. How much of this is an action game? How much of this is a hacking game?
That's a great question, actually. When you make a game that open, the key element is to let the player express himself.
Very cool. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you
very much. The
much.
game looks amazing. Like I said, one of my favorites of the show, for sure.
You'll never be free again.
Hey everybody, and thanks so much for joining me. We are live here at the PlayStation Exhibit Hall, and I am here with Carl Rogers of Drive Club. Now, Drive Club is a totally different type of racing game than what we've seen before. It really relies heavily on teamwork and building clubs. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, so basically you start off with your friends, you'll find some friends online, you can import them from Facebook, Twitter and the like, and so you get together and you set up a club. And then from there, what you can do is take the challenge out to the world, find other people who are well matched against your level of skill and challenge them, and then spread those challenges all over the world.
Very cool. Now, can racers customize these challenges themselves and pick out what they want to challenge their friends to?
Absolutely. Anything that you do in Drive Club can be turned into a challenge and sent directly to one of your friends or even another club that you've just come across during one of your races.
Talk to me a little bit how the power of the PS4 helped you guys complete this racing game.
Well, everything about the PlayStation 4 really helps us. I mean, the thing's got connectivity at its very core. The pillars of that we have to stick to from a design perspective mean that socialization is absolutely everything to this game. And really, it was a concept up until the point that there was a platform that we could realize it on. PlayStation 4 is the perfect synergy with this concept.
Steven Sinclair, creative director of Warframe. So your game is playing on the big screen. That's sort of a big deal.
It's playing right now, yeah.
So meta. We're like live right now.
Yeah.
We're talking. I hear on these parts that PS4 is the independent console.
That was what really excited us 3 months ago, is like the willingness to say, well, you guys don't have a publisher, you're funding this on your own, and they're allowing us to grow the game almost like in a Kickstarter fashion.
How about how easy it is to develop for the PS4?
It's a dream to work for, actually.
So now that you're on the show floor with us and
Yes.
other developers, do you kind of like stand back and look and be like, that looks great, I got to use that in our game?
Oh, like do I steal ideas from people?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I go around with like my little app and take little secret screenshots.
Wow, that was day 2, and I can't even believe I'm going to say it. Day 3, just as big, possibly even bigger.
That's an imaginary mic.
That we just
They
dropped.
won't give me a real microphone.
No.
I'll just break it.
We don't have the budget for that. You're going to break all microphones all the time.
What do we got coming up tomorrow? We got
Borderlands 2.
Yep.
Doki Doki. We've got Dragon's Crown, which I'm really excited about. I got that in the afternoon. Daylight for PS4.
Which we got a little teaser of accidentally during our Blacklight preview. So that's good.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 15, and then we've got Transistor, and the music for Transistor, so haunting. I keep like playing it in my head when I leave.
I'm really excited to talk to these guys and show this game off because it's something special. It really is.
Awesome. We're also going to talk Diablo, The Last of Us, and The Witness. So that's
which is based on the Harrison Ford movie from 1984.
Absolutely. Yes, about the Amish.
Yeah.
Amish make great
I didn't know
video
they were
games.
making a game about that. That's great.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us here. And now here's a look at day 3. I will see you guys in the morning for Mornings with Meredith.